Okay, I'm here. Welcome back to another stream. If anybody was here on Sunday, we are picking up back from from Sunday when I tried to draw my OCs and then I was floundering around looking for references because I thought that I got the references, but kind of find out that was a fucking lie. So we're gonna try again. Well, not exactly try again, but we're going to continue in a lot better way. So the next person that I'm working on, even though technically I'm not done with Bakar. Honestly, I should probably start by fixing his shoes first. And technically, not all of these are my OCs. This is more like a collaboration thing that I did with a friend named Zivia. Bakura is her OC. And then the person after that is Nima, who's my OC. Oh, I merged. I should not have merged this layer. Rest in peace. Now I'm gonna have to like make this transparent, sorta. Also, everyone let me know if my sound quality is decent. Because I've been playing around with mic settings just a little bit. Just to say if I could get some more clarity. Because one of the things that I was really worried about the most was that not only would folks not hear me, but they would hear what's in my headphones. And I'm like, oh no. That would have been sad, or that would have been tragic at least. Actually, I could start by this side. So let's see. And then I'm not drawing the laces on these shoes because when I go back in color, I'm gonna like, I should probably put that in a separate folder just to make sure that it's like, just to know that I could separate it into a different color. That would probably be best. Let's see, this is the left sneaker. Get what you have now. Don't get what you don't have. I love this song so much. I really like this city funk. I really like stuff like future funk and city funk. Because like it combines two of like my go-to music stuff. Like I really like 80s music. I really like 80s music, and well, I just like vintage stuff in general, but I really like 80s music. Like I love Prince and Madonna and Cyndi Lauper and Sheila E. This is a right sneaker. Like I'm a little bit picky about keeping certain stuff separated, so I usually name this stuff to separate. Like that's probably everybody. Like I'm not really special by saying that I do that. It's just I do that. So I could keep up with things a lot better, because I used to be really bad about naming my layers. I would just put them in folders and do fuck all. So I'm doing that. I'll draw his face in a moment. I don't want to be bothered with that right now. I'm gonna try to work on Nima. The problem with that I had drawing Nima last time is that for some weird reason I kind of forgot what she was shaped like. Like I don't know how you explain it. Like, you know how you've drawn an OC so many different times, so you should have it ingrained in you, and then you forget what they look like as soon as you stop drawing them for like a month. I felt like a bad parent. And then if you're wondering where my cursor is, I have another window open so I can see the reference that I'm working with. You can choose. But the character that I'm working on right now, Nima, as you can see, she's a fashion designer with a terrible violent streak. And when I say terrible, I mean terrible. Like, she's a very competent and dedicated businesswoman because she's the CEO of her own fashion house. But some of the stresses of her job. Sorry, I'm trying to work on speaking while drawing. So she's a dedicated mother of a fashion house, but the stressors of the job can be very irritating, of course, because you're both creative director, you're designing things, and you're running a business. And that rage drives her to murder. So, like, in order to not necessarily mitigate those urges, because she definitely indulges with them, she kills these sentient magical creatures named Nature. Let's see, it's just the right leg. And then the other would be left leg. I should probably do the left leg first. Actually, I should do the hip first, so I have a better guide. Actually, I should probably bring her body down a bit, because she's 5'5". But I'm going to put her in heels, so that's why I ended up putting the height part like 3 inches higher, because she wears usually 3-inch heels or higher. But yeah, this woman is a serial killer. Like when she isn't making captivating designs to I wouldn't necessarily say to captivate the masses. She's just going around killing motherfuckers because things is just weird. Now, how she ends up meeting Bakura is that she ends up killing the wrong person. Like, kills the wrong person as in, like, you got the wrong one. Like, she ends up killing somebody who's mob affiliated, and the mob ends up catching up to her almost immediately because that person was protected even though she didn't know. And in order to like repay her debt, she has to work for them as like a hit woman. And she and Bakura end up meeting because she gets assigned to interfere with his organization who's like kidnapping people for test subjects and stuff. So that's where they sort of start butting heads. This feels a little bit unbalanced. It feels a little bit more balanced. Maybe if I add the arms, and it'll come together a little bit more. So pretty much what I'm trying to do is just block out limbs first. And then I'm going to start like fleshing her out a bit more because Nima is plus size. I wanted her to have like this sort of cute and squishy figure, but I wanted her to have like you know how people associate round shapes with safety and stuff, and that's mainly because of like Disney, even though that's more so their shape rule, because there are some characters that like break that convention. Like, there are some characters that break that sort of convention. Like, Jack Horner is, like, big and round. And he's menacing. Jack Horner, the villain of Puss in Boots and The Last Wish. Like, he was a pretty menacing character, and yeah, he was pretty big and round. But I wanted to do sort of like a subversion, because like people usually associate, like, in the positive sense of fatness, it's like fat people are fat because they're full of joy. It was something that Winnie the Pooh said about that, like, I'm full of joy or I'm full of happiness. And it's just like, in Nima's case, she's full of fabulousness due to her sense of fashion, but she's also like full of anger, which is why she's going around killing motherfuckers. So it's just like, oh god. Now I do have to round her out a bit more. see. Give me one more chance. Let's see. Also, where's my sketchbook? Because I did try drawing. I did. Sorry. My mic unplugged as I was trying to move. I did try practicing her in my sketchbook the other day. Honestly, I should probably trace over that body guide. Give me just a moment, I gotta take a picture of it. Give me one more chance. Cause that'll help a bit. Let's see. I also like this. Like, okay. I don't know. Does anybody listen to music that they don't generally like whenever they stream? Like, as long as it's copyright free, that is fine. And I guess that could be a bit disappointing because it's just like, you just want to jam while you're streaming. You just want to jam while you're streaming. But you also don't want to, like, get got by DMCA. Let me download this picture. Wait, I don't need to open it in browser. I need to save. Okay. Actually, I should probably copy this. That's better. And I already sketched this ahead of time, so this sort of helps. Let's see. I'm gonna bring the shoulder up a little bit. So let's see. Left leg. And that's right leg. Left leg. Where is it? No, it's in the wrong layer. And then C, and then I need to make it a little bit less round. Okay. This is better and more centered. Oh yeah, sorry. Sometimes I get a little bit caught up in drawing, so I end up thinking to myself. But at least you hear me taking mental notes out loud. Let me move this. And then I'm gonna make the thighs bigger so there isn't a thigh gap. So this is coming together a lot better. Is this hip? Where is hip? Da, 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 da. So just need to add the tummy. Then I'm erasing some of these guidelines to just to be a bit cleaner. What's this with the... So widen the actual left leg. Widen this leg a bit more. Copy this calf and then bring it to the same pose. Oh no! I gotta bring this up to the knee. Then how high do I need to... bring it up just a little bit more. So let's try to do the arms again. Or actually, I gotta make the boobs a little bit bigger. No. So like some other fun facts about Nima, since we sort of got past like the murderous urges and stuff, or at least try to get past the murderous urges, she's a Leo, because Leos are bosses and she is definitely a girl boss. Some things that she likes to do in her pastime besides like commit literal murder is making flower arrangements. Let me bring this down a little bit. Like I want to make sure that it starts at the armpit, but at the same time it's like she's wearing a bra, or she's going to be wearing a bra as soon as I put clothes on her. See, I think that she's leaning forward a little bit. Wait, no. Cancel. Da 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 da. I don't need the body guide anymore. I just gotta draw these arms. Well, that's not all I gotta do. But she likes to do flower arrangements. She actually has a garden in her backyard, and sometimes she would use the scraps from her kills as fertilizer, which is macabre, but at least it's useful, and it's keeping her from unless there's probably a way to check and see. Like I don't watch a lot of true crime as I used to, because I kind of got really bored of the genre. I wonder if there's, like, for science, like I know that if you feed it to an animal, they could like do a fluids test and stuff and detect if there's like detect what kind of diet they have. But like I wonder if you could do something with plants, because like if it's already decomposed and the remains aren't like clear, it would kind of be hard to yeah, it would be a little bit hard to figure that out, wouldn't it? Unless they manage to find a way, I guess. Like, I guess good luck to them. Oh, this leg looks wonky as hell. Lord have mercy. We'll see if this works later. It'll probably be covered up. Probably. Hopefully I can cover up this problem. Let's see. See. This is the hip. Oh yeah, what's another thing about Nima? I'm sorry, I keep losing concentration on my words because I'm busy dry. Let's see, she has a girlfriend named Hayron, who's a model. How fitting, the fashion designer and the model. But then Hayron, she likes to do makeup as a hobby. And she usually does like horror-based makeup, because like she sort of finds it liberating to do stuff that's considered ugly, because you know, as a model you're pretty much expected to be pretty all the time. Like even if you were just a foot model, like your feet gotta be looking right. You know, there's a lot of pressure that could come with that. So like sometimes she does makeup on the side that's like unconventional. Or I'm gonna use this model that I got from King Cholera. Or honestly, I should probably make. I need to know how this hand works. And then I could detail it out after. No! Oh, I drew on top of that. This is the Lord telling me not to do this. Okay. But at least I know how to do it. Let me move this part of the arm. Okay, so this is better. When Nema... Well, okay. So like I said about the horror makeup thing. Heiren sort of has that passive that more or less passive interest. Well, I wouldn't say passive. She likes watching horror movies. I will work on this. I need to get better at hands. Says every artist in existence. Let me readjust the left arm. Then I need to bend it outward. Trying to make sure this looks somewhat balanced. I am having a hard time. Left hand. Oh, hey Donnie! How's the drawing going? It's going a lot better. What I did was I sketched out Nema's body in my sketchbook, and then I just traced over it in here. Like, that's how fed up I was. Like, I don't know why, but sometimes when it comes to sketching, I do a lot better job traditionally than digitally. I guess because with traditional, there's like a little bit more thought and hesitation because you're not thinking, oh, I could just redo. So because there isn't, although I'm not exactly, I don't know why I rewinded the song when I was trying to turn down the volume. Like I saw two different sliders. I cry. That's how unfocused I became. But I was just pretty much talking about certain interactions between characters. Like I was just talking about Nema's girlfriend Heiren, who's a God, hands. I want to cry. Like I'm drawing Nema right now, but I'm talking about her girlfriend Heiren, who is a model. But she does makeup on the side as a personal hobby, and she usually does horror makeup because she finds it a bit liberating that like with horror there isn't as much effort to be pretty, at least from her perspective. This hand looks like booty. Do I have a hand model? Like, some stuff is not beneath me. I will find a hand model. Or did I put it in the body type folder? No, I did not. I am gonna get a hand model because I am not dealing with this. Now the hands I could do a lot better at posing in Clip Studio Paint. Thankfully. And then they also recently added that thing where you could like pose your hand into the right position. So that helps. So give me just a moment. Took me forever to get used to digital sketching. Yeah, because like I made certain settings to make it a little bit easier on me. But other than that, it was just hard. Give me just a moment. I gotta find it. Let me... As I'm finding it. But it took you forever to get used to digital sketching? Yeah. I probably should change my sketch pens settings just a little bit. Like, I just gotta find out how to, I gotta find out how to get the thing, though. Let's see. Gradient set. I'm gonna look up hand and see where that gets me, because I don't know if it would be a 3D object or something. There's a women's hand set, but I don't have any clippy stuff. Do you have any free assets, please? I could pay for something, but not right now, and I don't want to have to like pause stream just to take out my wallet and do all the shit. Like, no ma'am, I don't want to do that. I wish I could send you some hand assets. Do you know my Twitter? You could DM. Are they like OBJ files? Let's see. Hand model. Okay, there it is. And this is the popular set. You know what? What I'm gonna do is just draw a vague shape, like an outline. Ooh, this thumb is too meaty. I'm just gonna draw a vague shape, like an outline. And you know that it's a hand. I'm giving her mittens for right now. Because I mentally do not have time for this. Also, do not mind that other, like, that claw. Like, sometimes the best way to do something is to make an outline. Because we're not going to do this. Not today, Satan. Let me know when you send it, Donnie. I don't even know why I'm yawning. I just took a nap. Like, I just woke up from a nap. I guess it's not in the clip store because I can't find it there. Where did I find it? Oh. What was I gonna do again? Oh yeah, I was checking DM. Well, that's fine. It costs 50 CP. It'd be a shame if they deleted it. So what do I need to draw next? No! Oh yeah, I need to draw feet. See this left leg, so draw left foot. But what was I doing again? I forgot. I keep starting a sentence and then I stop midway because I'm like, oh, draw. Like, I'm usually quiet when I draw. I don't know why I'm doing an art stream. Like, I do know why I'm doing it. Like, I want to share that process. Plus, I like being in VC whenever I draw. I don't know why I keep yawning though. Let's see, where's that healed foot thing? There's like this one picture. Looks like your DMs are closed. My DMs are closed? I am so sorry. I didn't even know that my DMs were closed. Give me just a moment. Let's see, settings and support. Okay. Try again. Where is the foot thingy? Oh, there it is. Nope, still nothing. Huh. Wait, which Twitter are you on? Your message. Okay, actually no. Try again now. Oh, you're on Super Jelly. Okay, now try. Okay. Yay! Thanks. Oh, 60 kinds of material. Okay. I'll click on that in browser and I'll download that later. I should make this angle a little bit more steep. But yeah, I actually like collections like this. Because honestly, I've been at a point where I would just take a picture that's like free to use and okay to use and just trace over it and call it a day. Because I seriously was not going to deal with that stress of like I know that's, I can't be bothered to use the 3D models. Yeah. Like, I don't know if it's me or if it's just the way that Clip Studio works when it comes to 3D models. Like, surprisingly enough, I have an easier time with feet, more or less. This looks like a damn horse hoof, though. Maybe I'm not that good at feet. I do not want her to have bigger feet than Bakura. I'm sorry. She's not even tall enough to have feet that big. Like imagine having, imagine being short yet having the same kind of feet as La Cienega Boulevard is. Like, I would just perish. Like, have you ever seen The Proud Family and how La Cienega, the mean Latina girl, had them big flipper looking ass feet? And she got made fun of it for it. What a callback. Yeah! Like, I couldn't even feel sorry for her because she was just so mean the whole time. So I was just like, I'm just like, okay. Like, we're living for the consequences of her actions. Like, I was living for it. At the end, she embraced her flaw and went back to being perfect. Yeah. You can't break a good girl down. Especially when you're a hater. Like a real hater. A real hater doesn't hate themselves. But they will definitely hate on others. Or at least I'd say a professional hater doesn't hate themselves. They're just very, what's the word? They're just very spiteful. Also, now that I remember, I'm like, Stream Elements is reminding me to upload my VODs to YouTube, but like every time I upload my VOD to YouTube, or at least I try, it ends up being a problem. It's like, first you need to verify, and then the verify process takes a moment. And then it's just like, I identify as a professional hater, as you should. Like, I go to bed early just so I can have more optimal time to hate. So let's see. So there's that. And then I'm gonna do the clothes. Finally I could get to clothing. Like, clothing is probably my favorite part of drawing. Because like when I was little, I wanted to be a fashion designer. Because I was really into That's So Raven and the Bratz and stuff. But then I got older, I got more into cartoons. And I was just like, hey, I could probably combine these two things if I became like a character artist. You're mostly into J fashion? Which kind though? Because you know how there are so many different subcultures, or does it matter? Like, you just like it in general? And then you know how some J fashion, like, it's not all of them, because like stuff like Visual K, it's more like its own thing, but like certain Gyaru stuff takes inspiration from like US Y2K. It's very interesting how, like, when it comes to fashion, there's usually not necessarily circular trends, but like a branching off of stuff because of how art speaks to so many different people. Actually, before I do the clothes, I'm going to refine the body a bit more because I'm a little bit scared about posing. Like, what's your favorite, I'm trying to think of a word, damn it. What's your, I can't think. That's better. I like Lolita fashion a lot, but Harajuku fashion photos are always cool to me. Yeah. I really like Lolita too because I used to be really into Victorian stuff, and that was like a good modern take on Victorian stuff. I like how I said hips, but stomach is also a part of it. I do that. I did that. So I remember where the crotch is. Okay. Oh, if you... Do you like doll customizing by any chance? Cause there's this one doll customizer that I follow named Delightful, and she's done so many different Harajuku videos. Where she would make like a Harajuku character and turn it into a doll. I don't think I'm into them. I don't follow any doll accounts, but I don't hate them either. Well, I could recommend a few. Cause I constantly get different inspiration and like different tips on character design from them, and like how important it is to consider like the medium, um to consider the medium you're creating in when it comes to these designs. Like if you're creating for a 3D model or for something small scale, and like how to be practical with applying that design. Delightful, which is just delightful but with doll in it. She's known for making very cutesy stuff. And I really love the way that she sort of progressed with her art form, because she used to just do face repaints. Like at first she would start off with face repaints, and then she would sew the clothes, and then now she's like 3D printing brand new parts and learning electrical wiring so she could put lights in it after carving a new face and shit. And like her family is very art oriented, cuz like her dad does woodworking, her husband has his own miniature figurines. I think either her mom does knitting or her sister does knitting and her mom does floral arrangements. Or it's the other way around, so like she does floral arrangements and the sister does, well no, the mom does knitting and the sister does floral arrangements. And then another that I follow is Hexgen. Hold on. Excuse me. Hexgen, yeah. Like she did a whole different Harajuku series, cuz like she did a pride doll using Claude. She did like a emo boy. I'm gonna draw over this. Like I'm gonna put a jacket over this so it doesn't quite matter how it looks underneath, because it'll be covered. Because how do you folds? How do you folds? Also, thank you. See, this short said have a hem, it has a thin. Come on, him. Oh, hey, Larry. Pray at your nearest clothing store. Hope for the best. Oh my god. Oh, Larry, I just realized you said something about crotch. Yes. I want to scroll up and know what you said. Do I need to know? Should I be concerned? Oh, it was just crotch. Oh, he said the word. I'm like, what did you do? But, okay, now my nose is running. I want to cry. It's cold in this house, and every time it's cold in this house, Excuse me. Every time it's cold in this house, I start sneezing and stuff. So there aren't any seams on the side. So I'll just go ahead and draw the jacket on top of it. Right now we are drawing OCs. As I start to ramble about them and then forget what I was talking about mid-sentence because I'm so focused on drawing the picture. We love my, like, sometimes I feel like I have the brain of a golden retriever because, like, I get so excited and then I forget mid-sentence. Like, it's a bit embarrassing. Jellyfish are very mucousy, yes. Which is weird. You think that our electricity would, like, fry it, but, well, no, it's external. It's fine. It's fine. We'll make it. We'll have a good day. Larry, you weren't here on Sunday, so you don't know about this character. Right now, I am drawing a fashion designer with murderous urges. Her name is Nima Sustair. Like, essentially, she's Cruella, but not Cruella. Because, like, she really isn't wasteful. Well, no. Wasteful Cruella is more like Glenn Close in the 90s adaptation. Or was it 2000s? It was one of the two. But, this character is Nima. She is a fashion designer who likes to kill these magical creatures called Nature as a means to let off steam. And as a tribute to the magical creature she targets, she would turn them into an outfit in her personal collection. How do you feel about the text to image AI stuff? Oh, it's ass. I do not respect it because, like, the problem with AI stuff. Okay, I have two problems with the AI stuff. The fact that most of it is theft. The vast majority of it is theft because it's not giving people the option to opt in. Like, the different sites like DeviantArt, they're making people, they opt in people automatically when that's not really how consent works. You shouldn't wait until somebody says no. to stop participating them into something, you should ask them from the get-go and give them the chance to say yes or no. And then the fact that it's using pre-made images from people without their permission in order to make this stuff, I don't like that. The second thing that I don't like is how people are calling it AI assisted art when it's very, I can't even say it's deceptive. It's simply not true. Excuse me. Like I said, it's cold in this house. We love being immunocompromised due to being a faulty experiment. Like I cry. Yeah, I'm talking about the data set that trains it. Well, you can't really remove the two. Like, can you really remove the two? Like, the data set is a part of it. But then what was the other thing that I was talking about? Oh yeah, how it's called AI assisted art when really you're typing in a command and it's the thing that's generating the image for you. I don't like that. Because like that's the equivalent of saying that the dish that you ordered at a restaurant is a chef assisted meal when it's not. You put in a command by ordering your meal and then the chef is doing it for you. There is some art AI, like some AI programs that I can get with, because like there was this one post that I saw. I think it was typing into, yeah, the data set is part of the machine learning. It's not copying it. It's using it like inspiration to imitate. No, it really isn't. Like, okay, there's a difference between using inspiration and copying almost directly. Wait, give me just a minute. Because it's more like what I've seen with AI is that it's more like what's the word? Poorly done photo bashing, which is just slightly altering an existing image. Should I put the lapels in another layer? I should put the lapels in another layer. How to type this in? Because I don't think that AI is at that level to actually take inspiration and create its own thing. All it can do is take existing stuff and try to mash it together or like slightly alter. Come on, eraser. Yeah, it's super misleading to call it AI because like it's like artificial intelligence implies that it can think on its own, but really it's just input and output. It's not independent yet. Um But yeah, I just don't like the use of it in general, with some exceptions. Because now I remember there was this one program that somebody created where it was to help animators, that you can auto color. Like if you need help putting in the base flats, you use the first still that you make as a reference for like a character or something, and it ends up putting in all of the base colors for you for every still after that by using that original reference. So all you have to do is just color the first still until you get to the next scene or whatever, because the next scene can have completely different colors. And then after all of the base colors are put in, then you could go back and do the shading. Because one of my biggest issues is how AI is called a tool. But like in order for something to... The drawings were already made, art is completely hands off. Yeah! So like the lack of consent is a huge thing. The idea that it's assistance, like calling it assistance when it is doing the work for you. Like in order for it to be assistance, you still have to do something. And I personally don't think that putting a command should be considered any labor. Because, like, not to be anthropomorphizing a machine, but, like... Hold on. Oh, man. Excuse me. Would I turn video recordings into an anime? I don't like it. It was the Corridor Digital where they turned video recordings into an anime. Thank you, Donnie. Was it the one where they did the rock, paper, scissors thing? Yes. I wasn't the biggest fan of it because it seems like rotoscoping with extra steps. And the moving textures, it wasn't aesthetically pleasing to me. Like, essentially what they were doing with that technology, it was pretty much rotoscoping. You just recorded it and put a texture over it. I wouldn't say with fewer steps though, because like the amount of work that you have to go into cleaning it up and editing it, especially to make certain stuff in order to keep certain body parts from merging, in order to maintain a sense of visual consistency. Like, I would have rather pulled, what's the word, a Fletcher Studios with featuring Cab Calloway. Not to mention, like, okay, anything that is animated is an anime. But, like, even if we go by the traditional sense of what anime is, it's just it's essentially a real body with a texture over it. Like, it didn't... Like, the storyline had those sort of beats, but... it just felt lame to me. I do want to see applications of that auto coloring thing though, because when I think of an AI tool, that's what I think of. You're actually working in collaboration with the machine and you're still doing something. And because you're still drawing the images, it has your personal touch to it. Because another thing that's concerning about AI, these are people who are training off of other people's work, not off of their own. It's one thing if you were like an artist and you were trading off of your own work in order to like lighten the load or something for whatever reason. But if you're only doing commands and it's not taking reference off of what you can do, it's missing a personalized touch. Because like I've talked to some people who were talking about using no, I accidentally flipped it. Using programs to like help what's the word? Optimize their writing. They optimize the time it takes to do writing. But like the thing about language is that there are different nuances and stuff, especially with the way that different people use it. If a machine is taking reference from existing works, that is really different from a person doing the same. Yeah. Wait. Nobody wants to... Hold on. I gotta scroll up. Because nobody trains off of only their own work, though. Taking reference from existing work. Is that really different from the person doing the same? Yes! It's very different. Super disappointing way. Comparing the machine to a person is crazy to me. I say it's different because the way that okay, I say it's different because the way that machines interpret data is very different from how humans interpret it. Like when it comes to personal feelings and stuff, it's not nearly as formulaic or perfect. And there are also a lot of factors that goes into that interpretation. It's sort of like like the difference between using an algorithm to make an image, like say a vector line versus a raster line where you're manually putting in the pixels, in a sense. It's with humans it's not as clean because there are a lot of different factors that goes into sort of quote unquote corrupting the idea before it even fully comes out. Which is limiting in its own sense because like there's a lot of artists, they like lament over that issue where what's in their mind can never properly come out through their hands for whatever reason, be it skill set, be it stress or whatever. And I should make this part of the jacket a little bit longer. Whereas a machine, it's not that it's imperfect because of the little nuances and stuff and necessarily the process itself, but it's more so about whether it's able to push out an image. Is heavily dependent on the information being put in. And like one of the issues with AI, which is a common issue in like STEM in general, whether it's medical technology, or trying to make chat boxes by putting in input from the internet and stuff, is that the people who are making these softwares are hella biased. So the AI is going to be highly flawed because of like the lack of inclusion in tech spaces. Because let's talk about how there have been bots that have expressed racism and stuff because the data set that they were collecting from was from shit like 4chan or whatever. Or how sensors in the bathroom, you know how when you put your hand under the faucet for the water to automatically turn on, there have been recent studies that found that it doesn't even capture the hand because it's not dark enough. Or, well, no, it's not because it's not dark enough, it's because it's too dark. Everyone is biased. Anyone claiming to be unbiased. Yeah, but I'm not saying that nobody is unbiased. I'm saying that AI, which people tend to claim as like democratizer of art, or like a means of to democratize art, whatever fuck that means. Like, the point of the machine is to be unbiased, but like it's heavily dependent on the information that's being put in, and then the people who are putting in this information tend to be very discriminatory, or they don't consider other demographics at all. Like the fact that AI bros aren't listening to artists because they care about being able to create and not about like the, well, nobody can have an opinion on their own. I don't think that humans are very special in that regard. Our opinions are very much dependent on our experiences and what information that we have access to. It's just that because the computer is man-made, it's also dependent on that as well. And when you have people who are exclusive and discriminatory in their tech practices, then that's just going to follow by suit. Yeah, that computers are what people put in. And the people who are programming this stuff, they really do not care about the medium. The best way to describe my take on AI, besides like the exploitative part, and also like the idea that people are saying that they're drawing when it's a machine doing it for them. It's not assistance because there's no collaboration. You're given an order and then you're given a product in return of that order. Besides that, I don't like the idea that art has become this thing that needs to be optimized because, or that we have to remove humanity from art in order to make it quote unquote more accessible. What makes art hard to do is that a lot of people don't have time and that we don't have the resources to create, because we live in a society that expects you to dedicate your life to a job that you may or may not even like. You're just there because you still have bills to pay and stuff. People's basic necessities aren't met, and we really aren't given time to like dedicate ourselves to a craft. And instead of like using technology to try to like address those problems, getting rid of the need to do not necessarily mundane tasks, because some of these tasks are necessary, but it's just like optimizing people's time. The key word is imitate. I'm trying to focus on the drawing and y'all at the same time. Yes, we iterate on what we experience. It's just in a different way, and the design of these systems is trying to imitate it. But like, how is it going to imitate it when the people who are using this stuff, they usually do not have an understanding of how art works? Like, it's more than just copying. You have to actually understand the elements of art to see if the composition is good. Like, you really can't call yourself an artist when you use AI, because the average person who's doing it, they don't understand the principles of what actually makes a good picture. They just see something that's pretty without any further examination. But when you look at something for 5 seconds, it's easy to see how sort of thoughtless and not put together it is. And I say it's thoughtless because the execution of it tends to be very sloppy. And then you still have to get somebody else if you're not good at editing. Well, no, it's not really a distraction. Like, I get distracted easily. Because this is an interesting conversation to have. And I think that it's important to have. I just was not expecting to have it today. But what I was trying to say earlier was that, did I merge it? I do not need to merge it right now. Pockets. The thing that makes, like, pretty much the biggest reason, like, with the taking advantage of machine labor and calling it yours, and the lack of consent with it, and the biases and stuff. What I don't like about STEM nowadays, well, no, it's not even just nowadays. This seems to be a recurring problem whenever we use machines to optimize certain things, is that we live in an exploitative system. And instead of trying to address the issues of this system that keeps people from being able to pursue the skills they want, they try to remove the person from those skills entirely. So that's where the lack of consent, the lack of consideration of different demographics, the taking credit for something that you didn't do. Like, AI is just an extension of already existing exploitative systems. And that's why I don't respect it. Like, I don't think that art needs to be something that has to be mechanized to optimize, because people wouldn't have to worry about needing to get good at it very quickly if we were just, I think under a capitalist system, desired by those in charge to call the imitation good enough would really change a lot. I've seen plenty of people saying they've saved. What do you mean time would be good enough? Like, I don't think that we should be living under a capitalist system at all. That's the thing. And, like, we shouldn't even have to worry. We shouldn't have to depend on imitation in order to get our projects done. Like, we shouldn't even have to worry about time and getting a project done. That's my thing. Like, people don't have the time to do their stuff because they're too busy doing a job that doesn't pay them enough every day to live, so they have to keep devoting their time to that job just to live every day. We should just eliminate that entirely so people can actually have the time to focus on the shit that they actually want to do, without fear of, like, not being able to feed yourself. We kind of can. It takes work and effort like any other thing when it comes to changing living conditions. But yeah, I don't believe in, what's the word, capitalist realism. Like, I am firmly against that. And I don't have to submit to those conditions when, I wouldn't say voting. Like, I say that voting is a part of it, but you can't really vote capitalism away because the US was sort of built on that. Like, to vote something out, in order to vote something out, you would have to, it would have to be a system that allows for change. And where I live in the US. The US does not. Communism is literally illegal in the US. Yeah, so that's why you don't legally. Hold on. I know, I don't want to type an entire dissertation. Well, yeah, but it's just like, people gotta stop saying that voting is the way to do things all the time. It's definitely, thank you. We hate being immunocompromised. It's definitely an option, but it's definitely not the only option. And unfortunately, it's not the most available due to stuff like voter suppression. So that's why you do other things. Like, in order to have any successful revolution, you need to have two things. You need community sustainability. And the other thing is the stuff that you do in Minecraft, which I will not specify because I do not need to be on a fucking watch list. I've already gotten into an argument with the chair at the fucking FBI headquarters in my state one time because I went on a field trip and I got into an argument with him over some shit. But the two pillars of any successful revolution is community sustainability, or anything that's like not necessarily revolution, but it doesn't necessarily have to be revolution, but for any radical change that doesn't deal with all of like the waiting for the system to adjust to you when the system doesn't like you to begin with. You need to have community sustainability and Minecraft actions that we like to call. A great example of this is like the great union movements that happened after the First World War. Because food insecurity, I don't know that any revolution has happened without starvation. Revolutions happen with starvation because they lack community sustainability. Like, you have to do the community sustainability first. And that's like a given. But like when it came to stuff like the union movement that happened in like post World War I and stuff, they did not have that issue. They didn't starve because during the war effort, you know, you were expected to grow victory gardens and stuff because of rationing and whatnot. So if people were encouraged to grow their own food, and then when soldiers came back, they maintained those gardens even after the war. Because, like, why the fuck would you give up a food source when groceries are still high and whatnot? And we got plenty of that in the States. Yeah, we already have that. Like, you really can't starve all that more than you already are. Like, you really can't. When you already, like, when you live in an area of food insecurity, whether it's because it's a food desert or because prices are so high, especially now, like, grocery prices have been ridiculous. Food insecurity in the US is nothing compared to third world countries. It really doesn't have to be, though. People who are already starving now and dealing with malnutrition. Food insecurity in the US is not really going to change their condition because they're already going through it. Like, it'll definitely affect the upper classes, but for poor people, we've been through it. This isn't new to us. But as I was saying, strikers in like the 1920s and stuff, they didn't have to struggle with feeding their families because they had community gardens. They had miniature gardens in their own backyard, and they would like trade with neighbors. And whatever the police or the government threatened to do to them in response to them striking, they really weren't afraid of it because it was the First World War. What the fuck could you do to somebody who's already dealt with shell shock and stuff? So like they teamed up with their communities and they took care of each other. And then they went on Minecraft raids at the factories that wasn't treating them and other people right. Because like you can't cross a picket line if there's no place to cross the picket line to. Because like you can't cross the picket line if there's no place to cross the picket line to. So they would do Minecraft raid things. Especially since companies and the government made it clear that they don't care about people. So they attack the things that they know that companies and the government truly care about, which is property. And with that, they were able to develop stuff like OSHA compliances and the Fair Labor Standards Act in the 1930s and stuff. Like the working regulations that we see today was through the use of like community cohesion and acts of Minecraft back in the day done by workers who work together. So it's just a matter of doing that again. So how do you start? You start by getting in touch with your community. And it could be simple little things. You could have a neighborhood watch, which encourages community. I don't want to say policing because that's not the same. Policing only exists to protect private property. But it's community moderation. So like you're encouraging people to get involved with what goes on in their neighborhood and to develop a sense of collective responsibility by watching over each other and caring for each other's safety. You do stuff like neighborhood carpools because not everybody is going in the same direction, but for the ones who are and stuff and could use like and can't afford the gas money or whatever, like their car is broken or maybe the kids are going to the same school, that you develop a sense of community responsibility. You have people to get to know each other. You do block parties because it's not just a responsibility and stuff. We should be able to have fun with each other. You make care packages for folks who have been sick or for folks who have dealt with some family issues. There are so many different grants right now, how a lot of states in the South, particularly right now, in light of the recent food crisis, there are schools who are signing up for grants in order to develop community gardens at the schools because, like, it's the school. You see a lot of kids, and kids more and more are facing food insecurity with the rise of, like, the need for free and reduced lunch. Start small, Donnie. Like, say good morning to somebody. Or asking how their day was. Or, like, offering to, if it's snowing outside, offer to, like, put some cat litter or whatever in front of their door. Or something. Just, it's small things like that. There was this one, and, like, pretty much establish who you are in the community. Get to know people. Show simple acts of kindness, and maybe even consider developing a community forum to spread information for whatever. My town, even though some of the people in there could be trifling as hell, because there's too many people who, my town likes to pretend to be bougie when really it isn't. It's kind of small, and it's only recently expanded within like the past 10 years because one of the high schools got renovated, and that ended up bringing in a lot of commerce and stuff because of like the sponsorships that it got in order to get renovated and stuff. So like people want to act brand new. Plus there's also some old racist people in charge, so that also does not help. But even aside from those issues, hold on. We have a community forum, and whenever people are talking about after school programs, or like if somebody's looking to hire somebody, or they're looking for information to sign up for something, because a lot of small businesses are in that forum, The school always. I'm just gonna continue drawing their faces. Not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna continue from this. Like, I thought that I was gonna add the other two characters tonight, but nah. Yeah, so like, start simple. Um, Say good morning to somebody, and also be careful, because just because they're your neighbor, not everybody is a good person. But like, you be you be kind, but you do it at a distance. That's the important thing with kindness. You gotta have boundaries with it, regardless. Because like, everybody needs kindness, but your safety is more important than somebody else's comfort. And try to develop some communication with the people who are around you. And that's like the most important part, because like I said, every important revolution or anything that's like very radical, it starts with that sense of community, because when people are like kind towards each other and they feel a sense of responsibility towards each other, it's harder to break them up, even with the obstacles that may come after the Minecraft actions, because with Minecraft actions there's a lot of damage. So like, people you don't wait until after the Minecraft damage to show utopia. You start planting the roots of utopia before you enact that damage. Like, I'll give examples from the Rainbow Coalition to the Black Panthers to the Red Panthers to the Yellow Panthers, because there were like there actually were Red Panthers and Yellow Panthers, Native American and Asian communities. They like asked the Black Panthers if they could like make their own sort of spin-off, because like different neighborhoods and different communities had different concentrations and stuff, so they still had to find their own way to consolidate. So they got the permission to do so. And these folks, they were feeding people in their neighborhoods, and they were also going to next door neighbors and stuff, because like the Black Panthers, they didn't just feed black kids, they also fed the poor white folks in the area. They got in touch with other communities, because like, what we all share is marginalization. Like, whether you're poor, whether you're of a certain race or sexuality or gender, or if you're disabled or whatever, it's good to work together, because we are all suffering. We may suffer under different systems, but they're like all first cousins and working together to destroy us all. And it also doesn't help that a lot of us in these communities share these multiple identities. So to make sure that you cover all bases, you work with different types of identities. But like, they did stuff. They had stuff like soup kitchens and making food packages and stuff, and doing tutoring, because education is important, doing carpooling. The Black Panthers, they armed themselves much like how folks are like arming themselves to defend the drag storytime thing, if you've seen the news and stuff. Now, when it comes to arming oneself, you have to be careful, because the goal is to do community moderation, not do a militia. Because for some of the stuff that I've studied with like political theory and stuff, and how militia is like another way to commodify violence and stuff, you don't want to create that kind of environment. Where's my reference for Nima's face? I gotta find it now. Dang it, I can't find it. I can't find it right now. Wait, no. Yes, I can. I can do it in another chat. And like, you don't even have to do like gun stuff. There's like, I remember reading an article one time when I was in middle school, and there was like a gang in India of all women, and they had baseball bats and stuff, and if a woman in the community was being abused by her husband, like if she was facing domestic violence, they would just pull up and beat the shit out of him with brooms and baseball bats. Like, you don't need gun things to moderate your community and to, like, make sure you're being defended. So like that, in order to do revolutionary stuff, you build your community. That's pretty much it. Build your community, get to know people, normalize kindness and communication. Because those are going to be the things that keep you together when times get hard. Because when you're doing anything revolutionary, things are going to get hard. They attack people. They get rid of resources in order to discourage dissent. What was I trying to find? I was trying to find a picture of Nima's face so I could draw it out. Give me just 1 minute. Once I find that picture. Yeah, I'm drawing Nima's chalk face, Twilight. Or at least I'm going to as soon as I find the picture. Like, I'm already on Nima, so I could draw her face. But then I could probably do the curse. And then I gotta consider redoing her eyes again. I didn't like the second way that I did it. I'm probably gonna go back to the original because I like that one better. Yeah, I'll just have it open on my phone. What's it like being smart and cool? I try. Yes, I'm always changing around stuff because I want to make sure it looks decent. Is that too much? I try to be smart with stuff. A lot of the stuff that I'm mainly repeating what I've learned from other people about stuff. And some of it is some things that I've learned from my mom. Like, my family is very, or at least part of my family is very community oriented, because like my great grandparents are from the country, right? And we own land. Just poking fun at you as usual. Stop! I want to live. But like, my grandparents are from the country. Hey, like, okay, so what I'm talking about right now is like that importance of community when it comes to like doing anything radical or revolutionary, and how that'll make or break any movement. And like that importance of like communication and normalizing kindness and stuff is important to help you survive what's to come. Nah. What am I going to do with you? But that's important for surviving what's to come. My grandparents, my great grandparents actually, on my mother's side, they owned land. And that was because like when like the first ones in my family, I'm not gonna say their last name because no, like I'm already a vandal and stuff, destroying feed me fruit snacks. No, I'm talking about revolution. Let me write my manifesto first. Oh, hey, Saigo. Thank you for the follow. No, I'm writing my manifesto. When they were slaves and they managed to get freed, because they were favored by the master that they had, they got to take his last name and they managed to inherit some of the land. Oh, Saigo, slave. Yes, we were talking about slavery. I'm doing a backstory. Just listen. My great grandparents, the land that they own was like inherited from their ancestors who used to be slaves. And like the land that they got was from their master because they were favored and stuff, and they were even allowed to take on his last name even after slavery. And with that land, they you asked what you would do with me. Oh my. With that land, they used it to feed their community and stuff. So like for those who were escaping and going up north, they like made care packages for them and stuff, because you know the journey up north is perilous and stuff, and you don't want to be hungry or whatever. And they cultivated that land because it was already cultivated to grow stuff, because slavery, and it's the South, so they usually relied on agriculture. So like they were making food packages and stuff, and then for the people who stayed, they used that land to provide for their community and stuff. And even though not everybody in my family is community oriented, because like I got a big ass family, like those two great grandparents, they had 16 kids. So yeah, and with the kids that they have, I wish I could say that much, but off my grade, we're too dark for the severance package. 16. I don't know how dark my hella ancestors were. I just know that my great grandparents inherited that land. Like it was like, and like my great granddad was not to mention Psycho, it also could depend on where you live, where I live. Like the area where they lived, I'm not going to say that it wasn't a harsh area, but like it was a little less dependent on the cruelty and stuff in order to sustain itself. So like that's probably why they were able to inherit what they got. Not to mention they were also favored. Like you don't necessarily have Ohio and Arkansas both sides. I say Ohio, like I say that Arkansas is like terrible now, but like it was more, Arkansas is more like a quiet state until now, because their government changed, their governor changed, and she's like hella loud with stuff. Whereas with Ohio has technically always been terrible because it's Ohio, but it's like terrible in a meme way, but now it's terrible in a threatening way because of like the GOP and the water and stuff. But where my great grandparents were, Ohio gozaimasu. Ohio. Where my grandparents were, it wasn't as harsh for them, and it also helped that they were like favored in the area. So I should probably draw the nose first before the mouth, because this feels derpy as hell. So that's how they were able to get the land and to help people and to feed people and stuff. Of course, not everybody is lucky. Like the Reconstruction period, thanks fucking Andrew Johnson, is why folks haven't gotten their 40 acres and a mule yet. I do not like this. I do not like this, Sam. I am. Combine the eyes and maybe fix the eyebrows. No, she got no brows. Help her. I could probably screenshot this and turn this into a meme of some sort, maybe. But no, Psycho, we were talking about like the importance of community and stuff, and I was just talking about how my great grandparents used the land inherited to them to like feed folks, because like they were very kind hearted. My great grandmother, common AA last name to this day, my great grandmother was like half Cherokee, and she was light skinned, and she was tall as fuck. And then my great granddad, he was like really dark skinned, and he was like 5'3". So they were walking around looking like a Negro, Morticia and Gomez, but country. And the land that they use, they would like grow all kinds of stuff and make food packages just like their ancestors. And stuff. So like it's something, even though not everybody continues that tradition of like feeding people and having that kindness towards your neighbors and stuff, the foundation was there, and my mom in a lot of ways is the same way. Yeah, I should have done this instead of doing the outline. That's why it looks so damn weird. I was like, what the fuck was I doing? Because like my mom, she's really good at giving information and stuff, and she's always like giving some kid a scholarship, or like helping somebody do their paperwork, because she's very paperwork savvy, and some people they're not. So like she always understands the language of certain stuff. And then my mom is the kind of person where if you drop her in a random country and stuff, give her like a week to figure shit out. Like she'll find out all of the public transportation routes and find a grant to like help some people in the area, even though she's like literally new there. Yeah, that is cool. Like, I need to. There's like some skills that I need to develop, because I feel like I need to be able to do that. I want to be able to do that for other people. I can sort of do that when it comes to like art related stuff, because I'm always finding different art resources, and I keep up with industry related things. I'm gonna get going, but thank you for the stream. Thanks for being here, Donnie. Have a good evening. But just I want to be able to be that kind of helpful to others. Like I try. But like you can always improve when it comes to stuff. And I just want to keep improving and keep being better to people, you know? But like for those who are a little bit uncomfortable with politics, because like how we ended up in this conversation, somebody else who followed me, I'm not gonna put them on blast, but was talking about AI and stuff, and I was pretty much talking about how I really dislike AI because of how there's so much focus on optimizing art to be more efficient, right? When I don't think that art is something that should be optimized. We could spend technology trying to looks like she's frowning. I should make her smile more. We should be using technology to like change our conditions where we don't have to worry about like being efficient for some faceless company and right now, because it's just like, well, I don't have a lot of time to get good, so I'm gonna use the technology to be better. And it's just like, that's nice and all, but like, have you considered that maybe you wouldn't have to worry about a lack of time if we didn't have to spend most of our time like worrying about where our next meal is going to be. You can't rush art, and Rome wasn't built in a day, or common sense, but AI and a lot of cough. Yeah, because they're run by people who don't really care about the craft. Like, they want the benefits of the craft, but they really don't care about it. They care about the benefits, which is like the aesthetic and stuff, but they don't care about the people who make it. And like, people are talking about like, well, oh, there are some folks with disabilities who could use it because they want to create too, but it's just like, you're taking from disabled creators as well. Like, this is better. I like this. I'm so proud of myself. But it's just like, we have an environment that that only cares about the benefits that people. I take a lot of people infantilize these. Well, it's not for some reason. It's very quote unquote easy to infantilize a disabled person because people assume that because you can't do one thing, you can't do anything. And it's not fair, because just as it's infantilizing, it's also dehumanizing. I'm glad that I never dealt with that with my disabilities, but it's probably because mine isn't really visible, and even with the obstacles that I've gone through, it's easy for me to manage it. Because like, I got asthma. Let's see. I don't know what kind of hair. Wait, no, I do know what kind of hair I'm giving her. Like, I got asthma, I got eczema, I wear glasses, I have PCOS, I got allergies. But like, allergies and asthma are relatively easy to manage. It's not like certain chronic illnesses where you need like a breathing machine or whatever. You just gotta take your inhaler and nasal spray and shit on a regular basis. And then glasses are glasses. You're not like unless you're like hella blind or something where you need like those special goggles, you're pretty much fine. Now PCOS, that's different. And because it's like a reproductive disability, I don't hate glasses. I just hate that they're expensive and that they're usually made to cater white people faces. Like, the reason why black people's glasses, and also like, because it's not just black people as well, I think that South Asians deal with that as well because of the way that their noses are shaped. Glasses are made to accommodate forward large noses, but not the ones that are large from like side to side. Get your glasses from Lecce. I might not be able to. I'm on Medicaid. Like, if glasses were accessible, they're made with Afrocentric features in mind. I'll consider it. Like, maybe my next check. Actually, no. It'll be a while before I can spend my check on something big, even if it's something like glasses. Because, like, I'm going to Disney World. I gotta supervise. Yeah, I'm going to Disney World. I gotta supervise I gotta supervise a field trip for band. And you're not taking me? No, because I barely have enough money to, like, take myself. Like, my mom used her taxes to pay for the rest of it, and then I'm saving money to, like, do, souvenirs. I'm saving my money to do souvenirs. But, yeah, They're cheaper than most frames, but definitely not cheaper than Freewood shirts. Is this sort of like Success Vision, you know, with the 2 pair for $99 and an hour for less? Come see us today, Success Vision Express. Is it that kind of cheap, like with the 2 pair for $99? Because I could do that. I already gave her a hairline. I don't even know why I named the name the layer hairline. I don't know what I'm doing. Me, whenever I draw hair, I really don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm always bullshitting whenever I draw hair. Twilight definitely knows, especially with the amount of times that I've drawn Bakura and, like, had a hard time. I think they max out at 100. That's more than fine. I could do that. And then I could get my prescription easily because my doctor works at a Walmart. My eye doctor works at a Walmart. I'm trying to give her hair like 2000s Rihanna vibes. Or like Zoe Kravitz. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman vibes. But without the weird behavior towards Jaden Smith. She really fucked that up. Like, she was Mixed Girl of the Month. Like, she managed to dethrone Zendaya for being Mixed Girl of the Month for like 3 months because of the Batman film. Because, like, one, Catwoman is such a iconic role and stuff, so folks were hyped for it anyway. But also, like, she was like, I tried to play the role bisexually. I don't know what the fuck that means. I guess she achieved it because a lot of sapphics were posting about how it was such a good bisexual performance. I'm like, good for you. Like, I guess because she called her roommate baby. Oh, because they were roommates. This hair looks kind of ass. I always feel that way whenever I draw hair, though. Like, I have such a hard time. I need Vigalia to hurry the hell up and do, like, these short hair brushes, but in the cartoony form. Apparently, she's working on another brush pack now. So we'll see how that goes. How does one play bisexually? I think it was due to dialogue. Like, in the script, she's actually a concerned friend of that girl who, like, got kidnapped. But, Selena, she, like, adjusted some of the lines to make it seem like they were in a more romantic relationship. So that was the interest in the woman, and then the kissing Bruce and flirting with him and stuff. That's the interest in the dude, so that's playing the role bisexually. Oh, she looked like she got a Karen haircut. This is better. I thought it was to be normalized that you were like everyone else. Well, yes, and being like everyone else is like being what you are, and then you're still going to the grocery store and there's nothing much about it. But like there's nuances. Like, to play something bisexually is to just show attraction to multiple genders, and that's what she did. That's what she meant. She was changing the voice lines to show that she had a romantic interest in the girl who got kidnapped, you know, her roommate. And then the flirting with Bruce. Not to mention, there have actually been runs where Selena Kyle was bi. Or like they say that. I don't read enough Catwoman runs. When's the last time I read a Catwoman run? I think it was when Joelle Jones was illustrating her, and it was like after they canceled the wedding between her and Bruce for some BS. I always hated that. I hated that they canceled that wedding because I was so excited. And it was just like, oh. Like, I guess they're trying to do a nuanced take that you could be in love with a person and not get married. But it's just like, why'd you have to use the couple that is like gotten married every time to do that? Like, you could have done it with somebody like Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor. Yeah, just check. They're $50 to $100 frames. Okay, I will look them up. Like, my eye doctor, even though it's like, even though these are white people frames, these are Caucasian catered frames. One of the attendants that worked there is black, and like whenever I would ask her to adjust the frames, it works most of the time. But it would be nice to have something that specifically fit to my face in general. We're just gonna have to pray with this damn hair, because it's bothering me. Like, I do not like it. And like, I want this style though. It's just hard for me to draw hair. But yeah, Twilight does what it means to play a part bisexually. You play the part where you show interest in multiple genders so they know. But like, she still goes to the grocery store the same way that other people go to the grocery store. Okay, I'm gonna stop on Nema for a bit. Actually, no, I'm gonna add some earrings. Those are too big of some damn earrings. I'll just give her hoops for now. Maybe a couple of the helix. For now. So this is Nema. Let me try to do Bakura. Let's see. We make him a hair folder. So Saigo, this is actually Twilight's OC, Bakura, the string bean man right here. Tall, dark, and tall, not so dark and stoic. I like to call him tall, dark, not so dark and stoic, cause like he's fucking 6'1". Yeah, he's 6'1". I don't know, I've seen both make it the center of the character and they don't give rep arguments at the same time, so I got confused on the centralization of it. Nice. I call him tall, not so dark and stoic because he's tall, light skinned, and stoic. Cause like the fuck I look like calling him dark for. To be honest, like whenever it comes to like a character who's like the center of it, I think that usually happens in like folks that are trying to do rep, but like folks who are like, this server is the furthest thing from networking. It would be networking if you bastards. Also, do y'all think that the stream elements alert are a little bit too frequent? Like every time I look up I see them and I'm like, maybe I should change the timer a little bit. So close, so close. Just a bit? Okay, then I'll change the timing when I stop streaming. I'll stop in about 20 more minutes. Because, like, I never really saw the timer in action. Which is my fault. Like, I test stuff. You can make it so that it's connected to. Yes, I can do that. And then maybe have it not count messages from the same person. No, I don't know if you could do that. I don't know that second part, but I could definitely do it every like I don't know, every 45 messages or every 30. Does that seem like a good number? Also, I don't know if y'all could wait, no. Now that I'm looking at the screen, y'all can't see. Okay, so I have a sub view open with references open, and I literally have that one face sketch of Bakura that I did. I don't know if you could do that. I could try. I'll look at it this evening. Or I'll probably look at it tomorrow. I'll try, Psycho. Ooh, this nose is a little bit too wide. Just a little bit. I should also probably bring it up a little bit. I'll try to adjust the settings because I don't know if that'll mess up the stream if I do it in the middle of it. Pretty much, like, this is my third stream that I've done. So I'm still learning. Help me. I'm glad that I'm getting that experience in because I'm starting to feel a lot more comfortable now. Because like when I first introduced myself, I was like, and I'm still serious about that. Like, you know how some VTubers, they come up with goals like, oh, I want to do collabs and stuff, and it's not that I don't want to do those things. It's just that I don't want to jinx myself. I just want to get used to streaming. I am almost done. Could you give me about 10 minutes? I just wanted to get used to streaming. I'm gonna make his face a little bit longer. He does have a bit of a long face. I just want to get used to streaming. That's really it. I just want to get used to it because I want to GG. Then let me foreshorten that one eye a little bit more. I just want to get used to stream. And then once I got like, honestly, once I hit affiliate, if I could get to affiliate, then I'll start like getting a bit more serious. Because right now I'm just trying to get used to to using the software and stuff. And just doing that, if that makes any sense. But for the people that I could reach and have fun with and talk crap to, whether it's about my gripes with the industry or the fashion trends that I love. I do not like current fashion trends right now because, like, the Met Gala is coming up. And I do not like the theme. But I tend to like fashion trends in general, more or less. I'm just happy with doing that, and then we'll see how the rest goes. If that makes any sense. So, those who are willing to watch my journey as I flounder around in OBS and try to make meaning of streaming while fucking struggling. Twilight, are you still in here? Do you think he's too smiley? Is it okay for me to have him smile a little bit? Just a little bit. To make him look like he's having a good day for once in his life. Or since this is since this is the height sheet and sort of the introduction to who they are, more or less. And then watch the art style for these bastards change. Watch the art style for these bastards change when I actually do the character sheets. A little too emotive. Okay. Oh yeah, because his eyebrow is a little bit raised. Actually, I'll keep the raised eyebrow. I like that. But I'll have the mouth tilt down a little bit. Excuse me. Yeah. Ooh, that's too deep of a frown. I think I made the Cupid's bow a bit too pronounced. What the hell am I doing? Bring down the brows a little bit. That's better. Make it not as arched. Also, thank you. The room that I'm in right now is cold as hell. Specifically the ninth circle. So that's why I am having a hard time. We love being... Like, I got low iron. When they made me in the lab, they set me up to fail. Okay, this is better. Why does it look like he have a little beard even though it's actually his collar cutting into his chin layer? Twilight, we should have gave him a beard. I know this is your OC, but let me give your OC's facial hair, damn it. These are men's! They can be pretty and have face hair. We will later. Yeah, but it's not quite the style that I like. I'm tolerating it. I wanna cry. Are we still using that style that I picked for Ty with facial hair though? Is Ty ever gonna have facial hair? Is he gonna turn into a big boy? Cause he's like the little puppy. I don't know. Every time I think of like maturity and stuff, and you could be barefaced and still like be a man's, You can still be a man. Well, we have to see how the story goes. The story could go any way and he could still have facial hair. Damn it, I drew it on the hairline layer. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We should remember that one thing that was just like how you would draw your friend OC and people did exchanges with that. You should do like your version of Nima and I should do my version of Bakura, and it's literally just the same. I just put facial hair on it. I mean about the big boy part, which is where. Yeah. Shit. Me, when I realized I don't know how to draw hair from this angle, I'm like, oh no! Oh no! I'm eating McStruggles. I am getting off at 10:40 though. Because the room that I'm streaming in is technically my sister's room because she's in the back. And this like has the best Wi-Fi connection. And she has to go to school in the morning. I'm like, I'm sorry, sister. But I must stream. I would like to not to him. I would like for him to become big boy. That would spark joy. This is so cool. I need this. I need this shit. Where is it? I'm gonna be mad as hell if I can't find it. Okay, so I was on Pinterest, right? I was looking up how to draw hair, and I saw this really cool hat with tassels on it. And it reminded me of a jellyfish. I need to save that for my OC. I hate it when you click on an add more ideas thing and then the bitch be gone. Like, it's not even letting me click on the idea. I have no room and I must stream. Exactly. It's not fair. Like, it's life. But it's also not fair. It's slavery. Hold on, I'm gonna go on browser. I'm determined to find this damn thing. Pinterest. See, this is hairstyles. More ideas. This is a cool wig. I guess I could screenshot the hat. But it's a small ass screenshot, so that bothers me. And then when I try to look up what kind of hat it is, I can't even find it. Literal slavery. But I will be able to upload my damn VODs at some point because Twitch is like, oh, you're not an affiliate or a partner. You can't have your stuff on for more than a week. And that makes me sad. I really would like honestly, I want to get affiliate just so I can have storage for VODs. Like I'm still going to upload on YouTube. But like storage for VODs and and the emojis. Like I will make emojis. So just so y'all could have a means to like get stupid in chat. Yeah, it appears I'm not gonna get access to that thing, so it's a good thing I screenshotted it. Draw hair. To be honest, I should have been straightening up the room. I'm gonna straighten it up in the morning. Keep it sad. Okay. Hello? I'm about to. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Bye. Yeah, I gotta get off a stream as soon as mom calls. Can you make me a sandwich? Okay, let me at least finish this one section. His hair is longer than that. I'll convey that later. I'll convey that later. Let me make a note. Make hair longer. And also let me give him his glasses because he's a fucking nerd. He's a nerd. Shit. Okay, he's done. He is finished. He has risen. Praise Jesus. Now, let me stop. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop stream because it's late. And I also have other stuff to do, like making my mother a sandwich at 10:40 at night. But y'all have a good night, and thank you for sitting with me while I was rambling around random stuff. But goodbye.